Hey everybody, I so wish that I had been on a plane yesterday so I could gather with you all tonight celebrating Gary's birthday. We met Gary at the Kaiser in 1986 at that 5-run group of shows, Valerie and I. You know, it was Valerie back in Maryland who said to me, hey, I got your tickets if you got my ride, and that fateful fall tour, and we just had a ball. And then I ended up in California the next year. And shortly after that, hired by the band. You can imagine, for a little girl from Iowa, how crazy that was. But we met Gary before any of that, really, up in the living room at the Kaiser, and became friends with him. And you know, it appears to me that all of the circles around everybody tonight stem from Gary, and that's a tribute to that old hippie. Let's see. I made some notes because you know, little did we know when we were in that living room that we were in the middle of all those old school Bay Area people. Gary had a DC connection, and that's how he and Val hit it off. And you know, we met so many great people at Gary's, Lori and Adam and Ruben and Trey and Ernest and Lynn. I still put fantastic parsnip pancakes on my menus today. Rob and Lee, Steve Brown and Cynthia Johnson, David and Allison, Mindy and Gail and John and Bruce and Sue, another Iowa connection. Pat and Roxanne, Roz, there are so many that would congregate there on holidays or Sundays. You know, the BGP crew, Olness and Bailey, the Barsotis, all of the great wineries of California were represented at Gary's house, and I have to admit I partook. He was awfully generous with me. So spot back, okay, that's my chair at his table. I'm so sorry that I can't be there tonight with you all. The Grateful Dead family and friends that I never get to see except online, which is pretty cool, I have to tell you, but it's just not enough. I wanted a real hug. I hope to raise a glass to Andy and Lester and Joanne and Carol and Steve and all you Johns. I did get confused between Skills and Lily back in the day. Missy, you know, friends last forever and cross many miles, so don't ever forget that. You're surrounded in that crowd tonight by another circle that coincided through Big Dave and Dawn, and I thought it was just one circle of safety, but I think Geraldine, whom I share a birthday and initials with, says she heard it as many circles. I'm thinking like a redwood forest where all those circles connect into the group that we call the Grateful Dead family. Dennis and Frank, thanks for looking after Gary so well, all that you did. I always thought that would be my job sometime down the road a little bit. So, one more page here, you know. Let's see, I feel like I'm on stage accepting a prize for something. My new friends from Colorado, Bob and Ted Galloway. Gary hooked us up. I remember walking up to Ted at Mishawaka saying, I'm a friend of Gary Tashman's, and you know, we were friends forever then. Bob, I just met this winter, and Ramblin' Jack I never got to meet. I was looking forward to seeing you play in tribute to Gary. I'm sure there will be YouTube, right? And to all those that are up there wherever joining the party with us, Don and Chubb and Bernie and Joe, Jerry and Brent, and the original band members that I never got to meet. But it all goes back to Gary. He gave Laren her first television and a Thelonious Monk cassette. I know he was always happy I had my own tickets, so here's to you. Thank you for guiding some of my long, strange trip. I love you all.